I sent pictures. You didn't get them? Oh, got it. All right. I look like I'm live. Am I live? So everybody knows that I didn't know I was live. That's okay. Sorry, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Sorry for running a little late. We have a little difficulty with our camera cord this morning, so we realize that that's going to have to be replaced today. We apologize for this 8:12 start this morning. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Again, we apologize for that camera cord malfunction, but we'll get that corrected today. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Rose. And at 8:30, it will be time, please excuse me, for Carla's Corner. Carla's Corner, and you know, I have not mentioned that to anyone all week. Carla's Corner has moved from Tuesdays to Thursday this year, so that'll be a programming note. I should have put that up as a programming note. Rose, we have to get our programming note out there. Carla's Corner has moved to Thursdays at 8:30, so we apologize for not telling you that sooner, but today is Carla's Corner at 8:30. Just a little behind here, so what I had planned takes a little bit of a backseat, and we'll have to go to the 9 o'clock hour. But what I want to look at today is, and there's two pictures I really want to get in here, and we're going to do it at 9 o'clock again, is the Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Grassley. Whenever those two pictures are up, you can let me know, and you have those ready. We had some difficulties here, so Sam's getting our pictures ready. The media will not tell you about certain things, and we're going to talk about several of the things that the media will not talk about. Did you know that President Donald Trump signed a $9 million bill yesterday called the Interdict Act? Did you know that there was, for those of you out there that love the bipartisan, okay, we got some video on that we'll play a little later at 9 o'clock. Okay, when for those out there that want the bipartisan and want to see Democrats and Republicans come together, don't let NBC, ABC, all of those out there fool you that they truly have interest in what is really plaguing this country, like this opiate crisis and fentanyl, all right? Yesterday, did any media open with this? No, none whatsoever, okay? Yesterday, the Interdict Act, an acronym for International Narcotics Trafficking Emergency Response by Detecting Incoming Contraband with Technology, okay? Our dogs, the old days of, coming into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys and cocaine, our dogs cannot pick up scent on this fentanyl. Fentanyl is being shipped by the internet from China, as you like to hear President Trump say, China. Now, yesterday, and we're going to talk about that at 9 o'clock, okay? But, Dianne Feinstein, and let's put Dianne's picture up, okay? Says she got pressured to release the fusion transcript. So here's Dianne Feinstein. I won't leave it up. She's a senator from California, all right? We're going to talk about this at 9 o'clock. She's senator of California, and she said, I meant to tell him, meaning Chuck Grassley, okay, the co-chair on the Senate Intelligence Committee or whatever that is investigating the non-story of Russian collusion. I meant to tell him, and I didn't have a chance to tell him, meaning Chuck Grassley, and that concerns me. Feinstein told CNN congressional correspondent Raul, I guess that's his name, or Rajay, all right? Rajay, adding, I just got pressured and I didn't do it. Wait a minute, who put the pressure on Dianne Feinstein? In another statement, Democrat California Senator Dianne Feinstein suggested she had a bad cold. She had a bad cold, may have impaired her mental faculties and caused her to release the Fusion GPS founder Glenn Simpson's testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee without telling committee chairman Chuck Grassley. Interesting, okay? Feinstein now is 84 years old, that's according to this article, expressed regret on Wednesday for keeping Senator Grassley in the dark and suggested she had a bad cold. The one regret I have is that I should have spoken to Senator Grassley before, she told NBC News, and I don't make an excuse, but I've had a bad cold and maybe that slowed down my mental faculties a little bit. So, folks, the only thing I want to look at today is you have the chair, okay? Now, this website may be wrong. This article from the Daily Mail has Feinstein at 84 years old. Now, to our viewers out there, this is not a story concerning your age. Now, I don't want that taken wrong. I don't want anybody upset, okay? But if you're to the point you're 84 years old, first of all, it's a pretty good life. Second, you know, why not spend that with the grandkids? Why not spend that taking a cruise? Why not spend that on the back porch reading a good book? Whatever, okay? The committee chairman of the Judicial Committee, Chuck Grassley, put up Chuck Grassley's picture, all right? And here's Feinstein, and here's the chairman, Chuck Grassley, of the Senate Judicial Committee that's doing the investigation, all right? Just pay attention. Those happen to be the two oldest senators that's running this in Washington, D.C. Now, according to this website, it could be wrong. Dianne Feinstein's birthday is June 22nd, 1933 is her day of birth, okay? And that being said, you know, she is a Democrat, and she's 83 years old. Now, maybe 84, maybe the math is wrong here, all right? She's been in the Senate 25 years. She's been there 25 years. Now, Chuck Grassley from Iowa, his birth date is September 17th, 1933. He's 83 or 84 years old, right? Whatever the math is there. He's been in Congress as a senator 36 years. These are the two that are trying to remember what they said, when they said it, and who they sent it to, and what they released. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not, this story, and I'm not going into their age for a particular reason, okay? I don't care. I hope they both live to be 110 years old. Good for them. But just think about it, all right? Just think about it, all right? We're going to talk more about that. Why would Donald Trump, let me ask you a question. Why would Donald Trump talk to Mueller? Okay? Do you have the videos in, Sam? The one on the press conference that starts at 7:54. All right, listen to this for just a minute and see if you remember somebody saying this, a week ago? These same words? Listen to the president. Go ahead, 7:54.
Participants.
Well, I will say this. There is collusion
but it's really with the Democrats and the Russians, far more than it is with the Republicans and the Russians. So the witch hunt continues. John, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also have a question for the Prime Minister, but if I could address the President first. Sarah brought up the Russia investigation. Your legal team, sources have told us, believes that in the next few weeks, the special counsel, Robert Mueller, will ask for some sort of an interview with you, your legal team believes, as part of wrapping up his investigation. Are you open to meeting with him? Would you be willing to meet with him without condition, or would you demand that a strict set of parameters be placed around any encounter between you and the special counsel?
Well, again, John, there has been no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russians, or Trump and Russians, no collusion. When I watch you interviewing all the people leaving their committees, I mean, the Democrats are all running for office and they're trying to say this, that, but bottom line, they all say there's no collusion. And there is no collusion. And when you talk about interviews, Hillary Clinton had an interview where she wasn't sworn in, she wasn't given the oath, they didn't take notes, they didn't record, and it was done on the 4th of July weekend. That's perhaps ridiculous, and a lot of people looked upon that as being a very serious breach, and it really was. But again, I'll speak to attorneys. I can only say this: there was absolutely no collusion. Everybody knows it. Every committee. I've been in office now for 11 months. For 11 months, they've had this phony cloud over this administration, over our government, and it has hurt our government. It does hurt our government. It's a Democrat hoax that was brought up as an excuse for losing an election that, frankly, the Democrats should have won because they have such a tremendous advantage in the Electoral College. So it was brought up for that reason. But it has been determined that there is no collusion, and by virtually everybody. So we'll see what happens.
But again, would you be open to?
We'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean,
why would he sit down with Mueller? Why would he sit down with the special counsel, Robert Mueller? Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to, and the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, obviously has his attorneys negotiating or looking into what this meeting would be and this interview would be like with special counsel Robert Mueller. But why would he? Didn't I tell you just the other day, okay? Didn't I tell you just the other day? Why would he trust that Mueller's investigation would not be, interview would not be leaked to the media? All of the things we know, we're going to talk about the FISA court, okay? We're talking about the FISA court in the 9 o'clock hour, all right? Talk about that. A fake, unsubstantiated dossier, folks, we know now, paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, was used to obtain a FISA court warrant on the Donald Trump campaign. Now, that being said, folks, do you realize the people they were looking into on the surveillance at this time are private citizens? Private citizens. You better pay attention to this, of what took place. A phony, unsubstantiated dossier used to get a FISA court warrant for surveillance of private citizens. You better pay attention to that. I said this, what was it, a week ago, the other day, if you watch this show, I said, why would he do an interview? Hillary Clinton, FBI, Peter Strzok, right? Peter Strzok. They show up 4th of July weekend. I've always made a joke. Hillary made cookies and had lemonade ready. They did not swear her in. Now, this was an investigation, okay? This was an investigation. Exactly. The FBI was investigating her email server, and classified information. 33,000 emails missing. They did not swear her in. They took no notes. They did not record the conversation. And a pre-written exoneration letter was ready for Comey to go out and tell the media they found nothing and it's time to move on. Only when the NYPD had Weiner's laptop was Comey forced to say, give us this laptop, we're going to go through it, and then exonerate her again. If it was not for the NYPD, there would have been no second view where Anthony Weiner's computer is concerned. So I'm telling you right now, why would the President of the United States, excuse me, why would the President of the United States, okay, sit down with Robert Mueller and do an investigation, do an interview? I'm not for sure. We apologize. Hey, you know what? President Moon in South Korea gave Donald Trump credit, okay? Credit for the meeting yesterday between the North Korean delegation and the South Korean delegation. All right? Did that yesterday. And the media will not report that. Won't report it. But you know, when it comes to the North Korean athletes, and I've yet to see the team or what events they will be, I've yet to see the team or the events they will be participating in. But you know, the one thing I could say is when they go home, there will not be a show 20 years later. You know that those shows they usually do, Where Are They Now? There will not be a North Korean Olympic athlete 2018 Where Are They Now show in 15 years. Because they're probably, if they do not place, get a medal or something like that, they may disappear. They may disappear, these athletes. I don't know. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be time for Carla's Corner. You don't want to miss that. We apologize for the late start this morning. Got a little technical difficulties, but we got it well under the way. And we've got a lot to go over at 9 o'clock. We got a lot of videos we want to talk about and show you at 9 o'clock. And we want to go into fentanyl. And do not believe the DACA wall. We're going to go through all of that. That's all you hear today. But they don't really care about you. Or this would be the top story. The Interdict Act would be the top story this morning. If they cared about Huntington, West Virginia and Ohio and the rural areas with this opiate addiction problem. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages. Take us a break, Sam.
I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, but it is time for Carla's Corner. I know folks out there, she hasn't been here in like 6 to 7 weeks, right?
It's been like 3.
We have moved the show. Why did we move the show to Thursday? You have some explaining to do. I got to get out of the way. There's 2 things you need to explain to the audience. Where have you been? You know, we don't know how Christmas went. We don't know how New Year's went. We don't know how anything is going. And you need to really bring us up to speed. That's number 1. And number 2, why did we change things to Thursday? I mean, come on, explain to your audience out there. You have an audience.
I've been on Christmas vacation, relaxing. I know you don't know about these things, like how to like take some time off and relax and regroup and refresh yourself. Did that for a couple weeks. And then we had to move things to Thursday because like I keep missing regular meetings that happen on Tuesdays because I'm here, and then we've added more meetings on Tuesdays, and all the stuff just happens on Tuesdays. So
Tuesday's the meeting day?
It's really a bad, and then if we have business connections, it becomes a super long day for me because I'm here early in the morning, and then well, it just works. I never have anything on Thursdays.
Oh, it's just Thursdays, just nothing's happening.
And Thursdays are good because we always go over stuff that's happening on the weekends, and it's like right before the weekend.
So it's just like you go over and boom, it's right there.
Yeah.
Like on Tuesday, you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
So like when you say wait
and it
for
gives
it,
me like
so Tuesday you say wait for it, and then Thursday you say boom.
Yeah, and like I was.
You a couple days to get ready? Is that what it does?
Yeah, it does. It helps.
You know, I've been with you a couple years.
Why do you ask me questions?
Because you keep saying things like, you know, I need a couple days to get ready. Like I've been with you a couple years now. This is like we're going into our 3rd season.
Yeah,
I mean, and so I know how you're perfecting what?
My skill.
Oh, skill. Okay, I didn't know we were working on that.
Perfecting it.
So football game didn't go. Oh, have we answered all the questions like where you been and what you're doing? And
yeah.
Okay. Are you over your football game Monday night yet?
Yes.
Are you over it?
Yes.
And that was a resounding yes.
Bittersweet. I mean.
Bittersweet.
It was just bittersweet. I mean, what can you say? I mean, you have a semi-final championship where they go into double overtime, against the Heisman Trophy quarterback. That's an amazing, amazing game.
Amazing.
Then you have the national championship where everybody assumed that Alabama was going to just, show all of our flaws. And instead we held our own into an overtime. Just saying.
Boy, that is a true Georgia fan comment.
No, it's true. They played well. They did a great job. It's been a great season. Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Great season. Pat them on the back. Do better next year, boys. I'm with you. Why are you looking at
me? You
that?
don't deserve to be wearing red or have that hat on this desk. I'm taking that with me when I leave.
I'm with you. I'm with you. It's just I love the fanned explanation.
What? Alabama played well. They brought out their secret. Did you see that Alabama's quarterback has switched schools? Has put in for a transfer?
Did he put in a transfer?
Yeah.
Did I hear Washington or
Jalen Hurst? Yeah, he's no.
Our other quarterback is Washington.
Easton's going to Washington.
Yeah. Jalen Hurst saw that freshman quarterback come out the national championship. He's like, finding me a new place to go.
So did he? I heard him talking, but has he actually done that?
He's put in for a transfer. I don't know what school. I didn't see that yet this morning, but all that happened late last night, I think.
Yeah, he needs to go.
So it's going to be an interesting season. You've got several schools have got new coaches for next year. You've got UCF's entire staff has moved to another place. I mean, it's going to be a hot, fun year, and we're playing Louisiana or LSU at LSU, which is always a tough game. Playing LSU at home is hard.
Well, you know what? I will say this. What did you think when the freshman came in the game?
I was like, this doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Because as soon as the second half started and the freshmen came out to play, okay, I said, and Saban put in a couple freshmen. He took out Scarborough, put in a freshman for him. I forget his name. But anyhow, when this freshman quarterback from Hawaii, I can't pronounce his name, comes in, very first offensive set there in the second half, I looked over at Lisa and I said, this is a problem. This is a problem. I said, because here's a storyline. Freshman comes in, second half, wins the game. I said, this is a problem. I mean, from the minute the second half kicked.
I told Charlie the whole week, I said, this will be a second half game. I said, these two know each other so well that they're going to have to find a way to beat the other one. And in order, Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, that they're going to kind of just see what each other is doing that first half, and then they're going to make adjustments.
Well, I will say this. I will say this for Georgia fans while we're talking about it, because I know you stayed up right to the end.
I sure did.
And I'll say this for Georgia fans: there should be no reason to be discouraged. I'm not a Mark Richt hater. I'm not a hater, but I said several years into Mark Richt's career at Georgia, he had to go. I said that for several years. Kirby Smart, second year in, his recruiting, you realize this is his recruiting team. When Eason went out, Eason was recruited by Mark Richt. Mm-hmm. Okay? So Fromm is his recruit. Okay? So I said, this guy is a master at recruiting. All right, you're just now starting to see the fruits of him recruiting. Although Chubb and Sony Michel were there, and they're awesome. Okay, and I hate to see them go, and they provide us a lot of fun watching football over the last 4 years. But that being said, you are seeing the fruit of Kirby Smart's genius in recruiting. Mm-hmm. So Georgia fans, you went to the national championship. You're going to come out ranked next year, 2 maybe. I don't know. But you're going to come out top 5 ranked, watch and see. And you better get ready to play for national championships for several years. Yep. So that being said, okay.
Not disappointed at all. And
the freshman quarterback did something. Now I heard the night he was in the game, I heard 18 years old, then I heard 19. So it's irrelevant, 18 or 19. It's still a kid, okay? He did something in that last play with that much pressure after that sack that was just so mature when he looked that safety off long enough to know.
Okay, first off, we busted the play, and there were calls that weren't called. He got lucky. Okay.
When he looked that safety off to the right of the field long enough to know he could not get back across the field, then he threw a rope. That was, I didn't root for Alabama, okay? I did not. But that was as mature as anybody could have handled that final play of the game. There you go. So, I know you got all, I watched all of them.
You know what my most biggest disappointment out of that game was? Believe it or not, was all the Chaney haters, our offensive coordinator. All these people got on Twitter like after the game, were like, "Fire Chaney, we hate Chaney." I'm like,
right. You're playing for the national championship.
He was amazing. He was calling amazing plays. And then I'm sitting here thinking, obviously all these haters don't remember the age of Mike Bobo. They obviously do not.
Put it out there, girl.
They do not remember those days. I mean, I can remember sitting in front of a TV going, "It's okay. Don't worry. He's going to call the same play the next 3 plays. Good job, Mike Bobo. Way to be creative."
I don't think the guy in the booth is the reason why Nick Chubb and Sony Michel could not get over 130, or they could not combine for over 130 yards rushing.
But it was
and
perfect.
Nick Chubb gets 25 yards that he, on those same plays in other games, was rushing 130.
He did it strategically. Yards. I'm going to give them what they want. I'm going to throw them the bone down the middle, just to haul them in, and then mix it up. Like, you have to do that, and that was an amazing play call.
Disappointed in the officiating. We got to go on with this. Well, when Fromm was tackled and then the kid pushed Fromm's helmet back down.
That was ridiculous.
You can't tell me there wasn't enough officials to see that. Second, number 48, I forget his name. This is not officiating. I lost it for Nick Saban the other night. Now, for Georgia fans out there that I know you don't love Nick Saban, you don't like Nick Saban.
I'm a Georgia fan, but I think Nick Saban is one of my favorite people.
Wait a minute.
As a person.
But I lost it. I lost it for him. Yeah, but I lost it for him when number 48 came off the field and started fighting with his players went after his coach. I don't care what's happened, and Saban should have sent him to the locker room. I'm sorry. That he went back in the game. I've talked to a lot of my friends that he went back in the game. Cantley dropped a lot for me with Nick Saban, so we'll leave it at that.
I like him as a person, not a coach. Like, he cracks me up on camera. He is one of the most funniest, sarcastic people I've ever watched on camera, and I think he's hilarious. But the second highlight, my biggest highlight of the game was watching Nick Saban cry at the end of the game.
Well,
I enjoyed that.
Here's the thing.
May have been happy tears, but it was funny.
Excuse me. I've watched the replays. I've watched the replays, and one thing that really, several things that bothered me is like the block punt was not offsides. It was not offsides. Okay, that snap was gone before anybody crossed. I mean, I've watched all of those, so
I have friends that have watched this game over and over and over.
Yeah, I can understand. We probably, since you haven't been here in 6 to 7 weeks, we probably should.
Well, my first thing I want to talk about is New Year's resolutions. Did you make any New Year's resolutions? Are you not a New Year, New Me person?
No, you didn't. Wait a minute. Slow down. Did you say that to me? Like, New Year, New Me person? You're not a... Okay. So, yeah, I am.
Have you met Brian, Carla?
So, one of Brian's New Year's
She wants to know if you met me.
Is there ever a new me in his world?
What?
Right? Yes.
Wait a minute. What did you say? Sam was saying something, and you were saying... So, what did you say?
I said one of your New Year's resolutions is going to be to get a haircut. Yes.
I'm not getting a haircut.
Yes. Okay. So,
why? Because you keep asking.
Because you look like Anita signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Anyway.
So you say I resemble that guy a little?
Yes, you look exactly. Like, there's a way. Hold on. Well, I don't want to get up because Sam will get mad at me if I get up. But you look exactly like the guy on the front of that. I mean, who is that? Like Adams or Jefferson or which one? Which
okay, move on. New Year's resolutions. So, you have some? Because I have a New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution for us is we're going to get a new card and a new background and we're going to change some things up. And so I noticed you friended me on Snapchat. I know you're like, wait, what? Did I do that?
All right, let's hear more. I don't know where this is going, folks. It always makes me nervous.
So on Snapchat, you got those Bitmojis. And so I had saw that I found a couple of really cool Bitmojis with our little Bitmoji people together. I'm waiting on Sam to come back so she can show you my Bitmoji peoples. I got a couple, though, that I found that maybe we can use. That's the one she's going to show. But, like, I can't show this to the audience, but Sam's going to pull them up in a minute. So we got our little, they're like, I can't say this word, caricatures. They're like caricatures. I can't say that word, of us. So if we don't want ones of us where it's actually like a picture of us, we could do caricatures. Sam, do you yeah, there it is.
What is this? So
we can, like,
what does that say?
It says good morning. So here, I got one. You can see it up close. That's what it looks like.
Okay, and that's supposed to be you and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the next one? Oh my gosh.
So, but there's more. I just sent this one to Sam to show the audience. But we could, like, throw our FYN TV logo on that, and a little chamber logo in the corner, and
I'd have to get a haircut if I'm gonna have to get a haircut.
Yeah, and we both know neither one of us are that skinny, so it's okay. In caricature world, you can be whatever size you want to be. So that was an idea, but I think one of our, and that's why I kept this black background, because this is our old background. I know you hate it. You hate it. So goals for this year is we're going to get a new background.
Okay.
And we're going to get a new card. And we can either do a picture, or we can do, and I'm not doing a picture with you until you get your haircut, so we may end up going with this little caricature person, people, Bitmoji thing until you get a haircut. So those are some ideas, but those are my resolutions for us. Now I have some resolutions for the viewers for things that they can do in LJ and put on their resolution list. One big one is hike the Appalachian Trail. You don't have to do the whole thing, just like you could do the Springer Mountain portion that's here, or the approach trail at Amicalola Falls. So put that on your bucket list. You should also visit the Bigfoot Museum. Put that on your bucket list. Pick apples. If you've never picked apples, that should definitely be on your New Year's resolutions, is to go pick apples. Hike the Bear Creek Trail to the Gannett Poplar and see the Gannett Poplar tree. Put that on your list. Take a selfie at the Cohutta Overlook. If you've never been up on the Cohutta Overlook, I mean, you're just surrounded like by beautiful mountain views. You should definitely check that out. Kayak Carter's Lake. If you never, I did that last year. That was on my New Year's resolutions last year, and I did it. This was also on my New Year's resolutions last year, and I did it. Tube both the Cartacay and the Kusawati River, so you can get a feel of both of those rivers. You can tube both of those with our tubing companies. They'll open starting in May. See a performance at the new Playhouse. If you haven't been yet, they have a performance this Saturday. Jerry Farber and Friends, it's a comedian set. They'll have 3 different comedians performing. You can still get tickets at Gilmer Arts. Or taste some local wines. If you haven't tried...
Somehow I
every time. I'm going to get this in every time.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't tried our local wines, you should. That should be on the bucket. Now, if you don't like wine, okay. But it should be on your bucket list if you like wine, to try some local wines. So that was like my list of New Year's resolutions that you could have for things to do here that you may have never done before, or you've said, oh, I'm going to do that someday, and you've not done it yet. So how many of those on that list have you done?
No, I'm more concerned about the double standard.
The double standard?
I want to talk about the double standard. You ready? No, I want to talk about the double standard. Now,
what's a double standard?
Stay with me. The resolutions, that's done over with. There's your New Year's resolution.
I don't know, but it is smoking hot in this joint.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question.
Are you cold? Because if you're cold, that means that you're running a fever.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Okay. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people. Let me finish before anybody interrupts in the sound room or the production room or Carla. Now, do I say in 3 years, how many times have you had a different haircut? Just try to answer the question.
I take care of my hair regularly. I colored it over the holidays.
Oh, so you color it?
Yeah, I colored it over the
All right,
holidays.
but you've had different haircuts over the 3 years?
Yes, I'm growing my hair out right now.
Okay,
I gotta get it trimmed though.
Okay.
It's time.
Okay, but wait. Are
No!
you a man or are
No!
you a woman?
Oh, wait a minute. Now
Because
there's
men
a
get
difference.
their hair cut regularly. Females can grow their hair out long.
But it doesn't stop. I still go regularly and get it done.
Exactly.
That's not the point. That's not the point. So these ladies in here know that I have never looked at one of them and said, you need a haircut. I've never looked at you and said, when are you getting a haircut? Never. Never have I said that.
I'm sorry, do
If
we
you
look
decide-
like we need to sign the Declaration of Independence, or are we maintaining a stylish profile?
No, I want to know because, all right, now, I'm not...
He says he's not getting a haircut until President Trump gives him an interview.
So...
Oh, Lord, he's going to look like Merlin when this is over.
So anyhow, when your wife goes out and gets a haircut and she comes in, one, she doesn't ask. She shouldn't have to. She doesn't ask to get a haircut. She doesn't say, I'm getting a haircut. You never should look at your wife and say, I think you need a haircut, right?
Charlie tells me all the time, your roots are growing out. You need to get some color.
All right,
You
well,
gotta go
Charlie,
back to that
we got to
blonde I
talk.
like.
So you never say anything, right? So she comes home, she's got a haircut, and then there's the, you ready? What do you think question. Do you like my hair?
Oh, I consult Charlie before I do it.
So no matter what you walk in, short hair, long hair, colored, highlights, you have out there, guys, absolutely no choice but to say, I love it. It looks great.
No, he's called me out before.
Really?
He didn't like when I cut all my hair off.
Okay, well, Charlie, you got to work
We have a
this
very
out.
different relationship. I look at him and I tell him he needs a haircut. Like when it starts doing his little Grinch curl.
You know what I'm going to do?
Get a haircut?
No, I'm going to get a perm.
Oh, please get a perm. Then
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
really like George Washington.
No, I'm going curly. That's why I'm growing it out, so I can go curly perm. Go 70s with the curly perm.
Remember in the 70s, all the white people that tried to have froze and it didn't work?
Okay, anyhow. So, other than New Year's resolution, is there anything going on this week or things going on that we need to know
cue
about?
the winter things to do.
Oh wow, you're getting like really
See,
like cute.
I'm getting good at this. So right now we've got this list.
And we have a winter's things to do.
Yeah. So we've got this list on our website. It's things to do in the winter. It's a great list of activities.
So that's on the website.
Yes.
So if people go to the website, gilmerchamber.com.
Yes.
They will find winter things to do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we have a list of great activities for the winter. One of them is to snuggle up in a cabin by a fire or in a hot tub.
Ooh.
I'm all about winter fires. I don't know about you, but I'm all about curling up. I mean, we've not had, honestly, we had, 2 weeks of really cold weather. So I enjoy that part of winter. Sip your favorite latte at Georgia's cutest coffee shop, LJ Coffee House. Visit them. Take advantage of the winter views. I don't know if you know this, but hiking in the winter and early spring are my favorite times to go hiking. You don't get all hot and sweaty because it's cool outside. You can see great views. Like if you do the Matahai Trail at Carter's Lake right now, you can see the dam. Normally there's too many trees in the summer to see it because they're blocking the view of the dam, but you'll get to see the dam. If you're up on Springer Mountain, you're going to get to see some amazing views up there. So winter is by far one of my favorite times to go hiking because you get better views. Cozy up by the fire at a tasting room. Sip wine. I actually shared Carter K Vineyards had their little wood burning stove going the other day and telling everybody come warm up. We already had the New Year's activities, but I will mention this. Bigfoot Museum. Great indoor activity, cold weather activity.
Yes, indoor cold weather activity. I agree with that.
we featured a blog on our favorite stews and soups. And so we highly recommend you checking that list out and go visit one of our restaurants and try some stews and soups to warm you up. We have some
Can you say stews and soups?
Stews and soups. Stews
3
and
times.
soups, stews and soups. Yeah. Go shopping. We have several local businesses that have handmade items that are great for, one of the items I say is a must get in the winter is Green Willow Soap's oatmeal soap. It's great for eczema, for winter eczema. It's a great product to go pick up downtown. Stay warm with some fresh apple cider. We have several apple houses that are open and you can still go get apple cider, and nothing is more amazing than sipping some warm apple cider. And then we actually recommend you return later this year for some fun. We have a great video on that blog that gives you all kinds of reasons to come back throughout the year.
So there's a year-long video, and you have all there. You go to GilmerChamber.com and you look at all the winter events, folks. They keep that up. You also can click on the calendar. There's a complete calendar of events when things are going on. That's at GilmerChamber.com. If you ever want to stop and visit, they're on the northbound side of 515. Big green sign that says Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center. Stop in and say hello. Got a great staff in there that can help you with any of your needs. If you're interested in the activities or anything going on in Gilmer County, you can stop and check it out there. We only have a minute or two, and I don't like to leave it. It's the first of the year. How are the girls doing first of the year?
They're doing great. I did want to mention one more thing. Tomorrow is the deadline to register for our annual meeting.
Oh, deadlines, folks.
Yeah, tomorrow's the deadline. So if you want to come to our annual meeting, which is where we announce the member of the year, the business of the year, and the citizen of the year, you need to make sure to register for that event. Tomorrow's the deadline. So I just wanted to mention that.
And they get a haircut for that event. Be nice, huh?
But you can register on our website, so if you need to do that.
Well, I'm glad to see you're doing well after the Alabama game.
New year,
and Christmas.
Leaving all the bad stuff in the past.
Leaving all the bad stuff. 2018, Carla's resolutions, go hiking. I do say that it is a great time of year to get out and experience the mountains because the foliage is off the trees and you're able to see for miles and miles, right?
Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
I did not see any pictures posted. We have to go. Did people bypass the little polar plunge January 4th?
No, I shared pictures on our Explore
Did I miss them?
They had about, I think, 50 people, I think is what I
Oh
saw.
my gosh,
but
I got up that day.
You could see the cold
I got up that day.
Off the lake. It was, whew.
I got up that day and I said, this polar plunge thing, you know, if it was 50, 55, and people go out there and jump in, you know, it could be fun.
But it was like -5.
And they still had about 50 jump in.
There was the blog or the post that I shared kind of said like how many people came and everything. But the owners of Facing East Yoga, they went and did it, and then one of our vendors, Jana Rice, her and her family, they did it.
Folks, if you did that, I mean, I wish you well, but, you know, I say this nicely.
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Polar Bear Plunge, the Black Bear Plunge is an event at Fort Mountain State Park. They host it on New Year's Day every year where people run into the lake at Fort Mountain State Park on New Year's Day. And it is typically very, very, very cold.
And those 50 people that did that, I wish you well, but you're wondering what's wrong with me? Really?
They probably get haircuts.
Yes, I'm your host, BKP. Don't forget, Carla's Corner now is every Thursday at 8:30, and you heard from her yourself that she's going to be prepared. It's a day where she
complete overhaul.
Overhaul. Everything's new this year for the show. I'm your host, BKP. GilmerChamber.com. Visit their website today. We'll be back right after these messages. Take us to breaks now.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, yesterday, I actually did a lot of, on the segment, I did a lot on the segment called Would the Real Donald Trump Stand Up? And the reason I did that yesterday is because there were so many things that he said that we did have to pause and think about what direction he's going. So, we did have to pause to see what direction he was going on some things. But one of the biggest things is, I was reminded yesterday by one of our viewers that I say all the time, because I get this from Frank. I always have to give Frank his props for this. They're playing checkers and President Trump is playing chess. Now, there's something here. Do not fall for any Democrat telling you they're interested in border security. The president is very interested in, you got to realize this opiate addiction problem. This fentanyl, which I guess I understand that is the synthetic heroin, the cheap heroin. I don't know how it all works. This was all laid on the President of the United States desk, okay? This crisis in West Virginia, Ohio, Georgia, nationally, Maryland, okay? This crisis was laid on the president's desk. Don't ever let these phony Democrat Chuck Schumer went to the podium over the Dreamers and pretended to cry. And you remember Donald Trump called him out and said, you know what, that was a pretty good acting job, okay? The tears of a clown. Pretended to cry. Folks, they are not crying over the voters that are here now that are opiate addicted and fentanyl addicted and heroin. They're not crying over them, all right? Let's go to and I told you opening, and I want to talk about this for a reason. Let's go to President Trump. Interdict Act, signs it. President Trump signs the Interdict Act. Let's go to that video and let's play that.
Okay, thank you, Matt. So we're going to sign this, and it's a step, and it feels like a very giant step, but unfortunately it's not going to be a giant step because no matter what you do, this is something that keeps pouring in, and we're going to find the answer. There is an answer. I think I actually know the answer, but I'm not sure the country's ready for it yet. Does anybody know what I mean? I think so. Okay, folks. Who's getting this pen? Who's getting this pen? Can I ask for a vote? We're going to get all of you a pen. I'm going to give it to a Democrat, okay? It shows you bipartisan. That's bipartisan when I give it to a Democrat. And the Republicans told me to give it to a Democrat.
Okay, now if you go around that room, that is not played. That's not being played on any of the national media channels. That's not being played because for those of you that love bipartisan, for those of you that say that the president's not trying to work with both sides of the aisle to get things done, there's something that you need to pick up and take away from that, okay? He said this will not fix it. It won't fix it, okay? And he knows what it's going to take to fix it, okay? But he doesn't think the American people are ready for that. I'm telling you, this is bad. This fentanyl, he said you need to take away that he's going to fix it. And he knows what he has to do to fix it. He just doesn't think the American people are ready for that yet. So for this guy that they call crazy, that's not connected, doesn't understand, he knows what it's going to take. Yesterday is a room. That was a room, a bipartisan room, whether you like it or not. And he signed the Interdict Act, which people don't truly know what is going on. If you're outside of how bad the opiate crisis is, only the media, when the media feels it's to their benefit, do they highlight things that they feel is to their benefit and they get the viewers. I'm trying to get, having the computer freezing issues this morning. Sorry about that. There are some stories that I had pulled up that I do want to go over on this, My computer froze up, so irritating. I'm gonna have to break down and get a studio computer just for here. I know that in advance. I'm gonna have to do that. So my stories, and my apology, because I really do want to bring up a couple things concerning this, instead of talking about dossiers and Russia. I'd like to get to this. My sincere apologies. Sam, let's take a brief break and see if I can get my computer to reboot. I'm sorry, folks. Let me see if I can get this to reboot, come back, and get all of my stories ready. Let's take a brief break. We'll be right back, folks. Sorry about the inconvenience.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
New Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hot.
Folks, we apologize. We hope you're still with us, and we apologize because I wanted to get to a couple of these stories before we left today's show. I'm your host, BKP. To combat drug smuggling, Trump signs bill to provide $9 million to opiate censors. Now, do you not think we need a wall? Do you not think we need technology? Do you not think? Now, I keep hearing about a wall. Okay, you and I both know. The topography that's what it's called, the lay of the land. Okay, we know there's some areas on our southern border that we cannot build this massive wall. We know that. Okay, but we watch movies, and I'm going to make a joke out of it. And we watch movies where they have a checkered board of lasers, and somebody tries to manipulate that checkered board of lasers to get to the diamond. I mean, seriously, there's technology out there that we can run across that border that sensors would go off if somebody tried to cross. I mean, so we have to secure the southern border. You have to tell your congressman, your senator. To combat drug smuggling, Trump signed bill to provide $9 million for opiate censors. Customs agents will have $9 million of additional equipment to detect fentanyl and other opiates from entering the country under a bill President Trump signed Wednesday. Nobody will talk about it. The Interdict Act, and I told you about the acronym earlier, allows the U.S. Customs and Border Protection to buy chemical screening devices that can detect the deadly drugs as they enter. China is the largest source of fentanyl smuggling, but the drug is often shipped first to Mexico or Canada, where it crosses the border into the United States. It's often shipped by mail or other carriers, and even ordered online, but it can be difficult to detect in small amounts. Okay? They are using the postal system, and they're killing our people, Trump said in the Oval Office, signing the ceremony, a bipartisan group of lawmakers. Now, at 50 times more powerful than heroin, people addicted to opiates often turn to fentanyl because it's a low cost and wide availability. This had bipartisan support, folks, bipartisan support. Now I'm going to go to another one. Okay, this is a story that was done some time ago. All right, this is back in August, but fentanyl crisis, deadly drug easily available for online purchase. The drug fueling America's unprecedented overdose crisis is available to mail order directly from China by logging online. Fentanyl, a synthetic opiate that's 50 times more powerful than heroin, can be found using simple internet searches. Okay? This comes from a sheriff in Ohio. Don't get confused and think for 1 minute they care about you, your kids. Don't get confused. Now, let's think about this. Chuck Schumer will come to the podium and he will cry tears. Over 700,000 dreamers. You will hear on a daily basis the biggest crisis in America is DACA. Okay? These poor kids. They can order from China and they'll mail it to your house, said Montgomery County Sheriff Phil Pulminer, whose jurisdiction is the overdose capital according to local officials. Chinese companies sell the drug as research chemical and consistently change its composition to avoid authorities. Nearly 35,000 Americans die of heroin or opiate overdose died in 2015. Over 35,000. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the death rate for synthetic opiates, which includes fentanyl, rose more than 72% from 2014 to 2015. Who in the hell was president of the United States? I'm serious. I get so frustrated that we have to spend our week hearing about DACA. And we actually have our congressmen and our senators on our side of the aisle saying, Really? We are going to shut down the government. We are going to create this drama of this crisis. We're going to create this nonstop 24/7 on the media. Excuse me. We're going to run to all the video cameras outside in the Capitol and discuss shutting the country down and not getting a spending bill over DACA. No media whatsoever on this yesterday. And also, the President of the United States, you heard him say, he knows what to do. American people are not ready. You're not ready for it, okay? Not ready. 72% from 2014 to 2015. Maybe why Hillary Clinton was not paying the DNC, which she ran the DNC and her campaign, were not paying Michael Steele to create a fake, unsubstantiated dossier to be used for a FISA court warrant. Maybe if Obama was not directing, Obama was not directing James Comey to continue in Loretta Lynch their lies and deceit behind all this, they would have paid attention to your children and what's going on in rural America. It's stories like this that they just do not catch on why Donald Trump was elected President of the United States. According to the Center, Donald Trump has said battling the opiate addiction is a major piece of his administration. Okay. We also, let me get another article. There's one more I want to bring up. And the southern border, we're hearing that all week. This is the story that came out August 10th, 2017. Mexican drug cartels taking over fentanyl market, fueling a rise in overdose deaths. Okay? Mexican drug cartels seeking to increase profit margin have started to produce fentanyl, an extremely dangerous opioid that has been linked to a spike in overdose deaths across the country. Fentanyl, which is 30 to 50 times stronger. Okay? The cartel set up labs down there just like their traditional methamphetamine laboratories, and they're manufacturing fentanyl and sending it up to the United States. They send it up in a pill form. They send it up in powder form. It could look like cocaine. It could look like heroin. Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent Amy Roderick says. With Mexico now taking over the market, the amount of fentanyl pouring into the United States is reaching levels not seen in years. We have seen it doubling over 2016, said San Diego's Deputy U.S. Attorney Mark Conover. And what do we have to do? What do we have to listen to all week long? Is DACA. We have to listen to DACA. We have to listen to the spending bill. We have to listen to the dossier. All right. I'm just telling you. I wish that the media would look at a couple other things. I want to look at some stuff before we leave. We've had a really difficult show. I apologize. We got a late start about 8:12 due to some technical difficulties, and then we've had some computer issues. Sam, pull up President Donald Trump vows to take a strong look at libel laws. That video. Sorry, folks. Go ahead and play that.
We are going to take a strong look at our country's libel laws so that when somebody says something that is false and defamatory about someone, that person will have meaningful recourse in our courts. If somebody says something that's totally false and knowingly false, that the person that has been abused, defamed, libeled, will have meaningful recourse. Our current libel laws are a sham and a disgrace and do not represent American values or American fairness. So we're going to take a strong look at that. We want fairness. You can't say things that are false, knowingly false, and be able to smile as money pours into your bank account. We're going to take a very, very strong look at that. And I think what the American people want to see is fairness.
Okay, what do you think about the libel laws? What do you think about it? Do you think the media now here's the thing, is a lot of people will talk about the First Amendment and the media, and that Trump is wanting to do something where the media is concerned. We have a book that just came out, which is, it's okay, all right, you can write these trash novels. We have a book that just came out, and it's caused a little bit of chaos, where the author admits that there's some things in the book that may not be exactly true, all right? We have some people that say they were off the record when they made comments, okay? I had a meeting with somebody yesterday, discussed the off-the-record laws yesterday with a certain individual. What do you think about the libel laws? Now, should I be able to come on here today and just say anything I want with no liability whatsoever? Now, let me tell you where I think the difference is. Here's where I think the difference is, okay, is that when I come on and I do a show, I will tell you this is my opinion, all right? When we post it on the internet, we tell you this is BKP's opinion this is BKP's opinion on local, state, and national news, all right? A lot of times in my reporting on the show, I will say, now, my opinion, or this is the way I see it, or whatever the case. But if you are sitting there and you're CNN and you actually are doing a show and you do not put up, hey, this is an opinion show or whatever it may be, should there be a liability? Should there be libel laws? Should the media just be able to say anything at any time? I don't know. That's my question I'd like to know from you. Press conference. Let's go to the press conference. Donald Trump holds a press conference 4 minutes and 54 seconds in. Let's look at that. Just a couple of clips I wanted to play today that the media will not. Okay, go ahead with that one, Sam.
Proud of that. We're also making America safe again. Yesterday we had a bipartisan meeting with House members and senators on immigration reform, something they've been talking about for many, many years, but we brought them together in this room, and it was a tremendous meeting. Actually, it was reported as incredibly good, and my performance, some of them called it a performance, I consider it work, but got great reviews by everybody other than 2 networks who were phenomenal for about 2 hours. Then after that, they were called by their bosses and say, oh, wait a minute. And unfortunately, a lot of those anchors sent us letters saying that was one of the greatest meetings they've ever witnessed. And they were great. For about 2 hours, they were phenomenal. And then they went a little bit south on us, but not that bad. It was fine. They probably wish they didn't send us those letters of congratulations, but it was good. I'm sure their ratings were fantastic. They always are. Which is why I think the media will ultimately support Trump in the end, because they're going to say if Trump doesn't win in 3 years, they're all out of business. You guys will be out of business, but the boom holders are still the
You guys will be out of business in 3 years if Trump doesn't win. They cannot lose the show. They love the show. The media loves the show. Now, I don't know what will happen in 4 years, but I will say this: in 3 years, when the president's running for office again, they do not want to miss the show. I'm telling you, they want the fifth season. If every year is going to be a season, okay, they want the 5th season. It may be time to leave after 8, but they don't want to lose the show. Now, President Trump said that yesterday in a cabinet meeting. That was a cabinet meeting because he got a lot of criticism in the last several days. Is he fit to hold office? The 25th Amendment, right? Section 4. Does he have the mental capacity? Does he have the faculties? Does he have Is he coherent? Can he do it? And he had 2 days of 55 minutes. Like, do you think I'm crazy? Here's what everybody thought. So let's go with give me that picture of Trump's report card. All right, MSNBC loves to come up with the report card. So this morning they played MSNBC Trump's report card, and Trump's first year, his grade card from the Quinnipiac poll, okay, an A, 40% of the GOP gave him an A, 13% of independents, and only 2% of Democrats. A B, 38% of the GOP gave him a B, okay. 38% gave him a B, 16% independents gave him a B, and 2% of Democrats. So if in the B category, which means I'm not really crazy about the guy. I think he's doing okay, but the economy is going well. I'll vote for him again. That's just about enough to win again right there. So the C category, only 13% of the GOP give him a C. Independents 14% and 6% Democrats. Now he gets the D, only 5% and 4% give him an F in the GOP, okay? And he gets a D and an F, 22%, 33%, there are the independents. But he gets an F from 71% of the Democrats, okay? That's 71% of the Democrats that did not know yesterday, obviously, that he signed the Interdict Act with this massive fentanyl problem and opiate problem crisis in this country, that the Democrats, those 71%, are more interested in 700,000 poor kids that are illegals that came in here, and then instead of your kids and your grandkids, because some of you out there are struggling with this. I don't want to go into the approval ratings. Let's go into Trump's first tweet of the day. Okay, it's Trump number 1. The fact that the sneaky Dianne Feinstein, who has on numerous occasions stated that collusion between Trump and Russia has not been found, would release testimony in such an underhanded and possibly illegal way, totally without authorization, is a disgrace. Must have a tough primary. Now, real quick, put up Allison's picture. Okay. This lady here, I forget Allison's last name. Still having a problem with my internet, so I'm trying not to bounce around too much. Let me see if I can get that article before. This lady right here, the president called it out. New liberal challenger to Senator Dianne Feinstein launches bid on the Young Turks. Okay. Allison Hartson, 37, Dianne Feinstein, 84. A new Democrat candidate used a popular liberal news show Thursday to launch a bid to oust Dianne Feinstein, saying it's time for California's longtime senator to go. Dianne Feinstein isn't doing it at all, said the 37-year-old Allison Hartson. The leader of the group aimed at getting money out of politics in an interview in the Los Angeles Times. So the president calls her out for that. Says she has a tough primary. Now, Dianne Feinstein released the Fusion GPS testimony of Michael Steele. All right, let's go to Trump tweet number 2. Trump tweet number 2, the single greatest witch hunt, when you find that, put it up. The single greatest witch hunt in American history continues. There was no collusion. Everybody, including the Dems, know there was no collusion. And yet, on and on it goes. Russia and the world is laughing at the stupidity they are witnessing. Republicans should finally take control. Republicans need to end this. I agree with the president on that. Let's go to Trump 3. Good news. How many of you are hearing this? Good news. Toyota and Mazda announced giant new Huntsville, Alabama plant, which will produce over 300,000 cars and SUVs a year and employ 4,000 people. people, companies are coming back to the U.S. in a very big way. Congratulations, Alabama. Okay, go to tweet number 4. Disproven and paid for by the Democrats. Now, this was paid for. There's no, absolutely, it was not verified. The dossier was not verified information, okay? Disproven and paid for by Democrat. Dossier used to spy on Trump campaign. Did FBI use intel tool to influence the election? At Fox and Friends, did Dems or Clinton also pay Russians? Where are hidden and smashed DNC servers? Where are the hidden and smashed DNC servers? Where are crooked Hillary's emails? What a mess. Exactly. Let's go to number 5. This is the one part of the poll they leave out. Trump, number 5. In a new Quinnipiac poll, 66%. Can you find number 5 for me, Sam? Did I send it? Maybe I didn't send it. I'm sorry if I didn't. In a new Quinnipiac poll, 66% of people feel the economy is excellent or good. That is the highest number ever recorded by this poll. They leave that out. And let's go to Trump tweet number 7. Okay? Trump tweet number 7 of the day. House votes on controversial FISA Act today. Okay, this is an act that may have been used with the help of the discredited and phony dossier to so badly surveil and abuse the Trump campaign by a previous administration and others. Folks, you need to pay attention to this. This is where Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Loretta Lynch, and all of the deep state and the dark side of this country went together, created this dossier, paid for it. The DNC, Hillary Clinton paid for it. Michael Steele through Fusion GPS paid for it, unverified, got a FISA court warrant, okay? Got a FISA court warrant, and surveillance on private citizens. Do you realize the citizens working on this campaign were private citizens? You better pay attention to this. You do not need to just pass by and say, oh, that's just Trump being Trump. No. You better pay attention to how serious this is. I'm going to take a brief break. We got 15 minutes. I do have 2 or 3 other things I want to cover today before we leave, so don't go away. Take us to break, Sam.
Had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love, because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Okay, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, I want to play yesterday, okay? Yesterday, the North Korean delegation and the South Korean delegation met. Okay, they met yesterday for the first time in years at the demilitarized zone. Now, the President of the United States has been ridiculed and condemned, okay? He has been ridiculed and condemned, and so many things have been said about his lack of diplomacy where this situation's concerned, okay? And with the North Korea, calling him Rocket Man, and, you know, my button's bigger than your button, and so on and so forth. But President Moon yesterday gave credit to President Trump for getting them to the table. So I just want to play this before we leave, just to give the President of the United States the credit due for this meeting that you won't see anywhere else. Do you know which video I'm talking about, Sam? Go ahead and play that for me.
North Korea's reckless pursuit.
A surprising approval for Donald Trump's hard line on North Korea from the South. President Moon Jae-in said Wednesday Trump's fire and fury threats for Kim Jong-un might have done its job.
I think President Trump deserves big credit for bringing the inter-Korean talks.
The two Koreas held talks on Tuesday for the first time in more than 2 years, where the North agreed to hold military talks with the South and send a large delegation to the Winter Olympics next month. Washington raised concerns the talks were a ploy to drive a wedge between itself and Seoul, but on Wednesday, Moon said his government takes the same view as the U.S. on how to respond to the North's threats, and warned Pyongyang could face even tougher sanctions if provocations continue. The North, for its part, made it clear in talks its weapons program isn't up for discussion, but any South Korean worried about missiles can relax.
Regarding the nuclear issues, our strategic weapons, including the atomic bomb, hydrogen bomb, and intercontinental ballistic missiles, are only aimed at the United States, not our brethren.
Still, Washington welcomed Tuesday's talks as a first step towards solving the nuclear crisis, and the U.S. State Department said it would even be interested in joining future talks. There may be an opportunity for that. More talks are slated for the two Koreas before the Pyeongchang Olympics next month.
Okay, that I just wanted to play that newscast for the simple reason that that will not get airplay anywhere else. Now, there may be other places they'll talk about it, but that will not get airplay anywhere else on how the North Korean and South Korean delegation and how President Moon of South Korea is giving President Donald Trump credit for possibly bringing them to the table. Now, the media is talking about the GOP angst over midterms grow. Okay? For some Republicans, it's starting to feel like 2006. This is what the media is trying to do, a wave election year that swept Democrats back into power in the House and Senate. The retirement of two longtime California Republicans this week, just the latest in a string of House Republicans headed for the exits, has caused panic among some of the GOP who say it's yet another sign that an anti-Trump Democratic wave is forming. They are setting that up. You have to stay focused. You cannot let that get to you. It's a tough election cycle for Republicans because Darrell Issa is not coming back. Really? It's a tough election cycle for Republicans. We know that going in, said Representative Ross Lentium from Florida, who is not running for re-election after representing a heavily Hispanic Miami district for over 30 years. It's starting to feel very scary for moderate Republicans, she said. Representative Darrell Issa, who won re-election in a slim 1,621 vote margin in 2016, said Wednesday this term would be his last, despite insisting for months that he was running for re-election. All right? So don't fall for what don't fall for what's happening, but you do need to pay attention. Because these districts, San Francisco billionaire Tom Steyer, okay, we have played the video. We played it early on, okay, who led a campaign to impeach Donald Trump this week, pledged $30 million to help Democrats take back the House, and said he would specifically target Issa, okay? I will say this, Republicans, Tea Party, your break is over. I know you're going to get mad because some of you never stop. I watch the social media. You never stop. I understand that. It's not directed at you. You need to get fired back up. You need to get fired back up. You have to. Because the left have put things in place. And if you are comfortable, it could happen. I don't think it will, but I'm just saying that in a case to get you fired back up. Okay, today is Thursday, folks, and that means one thing and one thing only. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Friday, we are at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Can't wait to be there tomorrow. Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We'll be there tomorrow. We have our Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. Don't forget, if you ever want to send a question for Ask the Doc, you send it to info, INFO at fetchyournews.com, info, and we'll get those to Dr. Whaley. That'll be at 8:15. Then we have our all-star panel tomorrow, that all-star panel, and Rick, Jane, and Bruce, and I. And if you ever would like to be a part of the all-star panel, send me a message, 706-889-9700, or chief@fetchyournews.com if you'd ever like to be on the all-star panel. Also, then after that, we have our Team FYN Sports Weekend Review with the director of Team FYN Sports, Jason Banks. And we need you to pay attention to tomorrow's show, because we're going to discuss some things about North Georgia sports. There's going to be some breaking news tomorrow on Team FYN Sports Weekend Review. Some breaking news coming up tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. Also, the Pet of the Week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and that is humanesociety.org. Our Pet of the Week is tomorrow morning, and that's the star of the show. I'm your host, BKP. Apologize for all the inconveniences today from us to you here in the studio. I know we had a late start and things have not gone too well, and computer freezing up, and I'm battling this cold, but at least like Dianne Feinstein, I'm not going to release something that is very sensitive information. FISA court, please watch that today. Pay attention to it. Again, I'm your host. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Take us out of here, Sam.